Hey guys, Brady here. I just saw Wimpy Kid the Long Haul. Now, I know I have a part 1 video of this movie uploaded, but I kind of saw like the first half of the movie and didn't really review the next part of the movie, the next half. So so yeah, the Long Haul. This is the fourth Wimpy Kid movie in the Wimpy Kid series, and they got a different cast. Although I guess changing the mother and father, uh, I don't think they should have changed them. I think they should have kept Steve Zane and Rachel Harris. Um, but understandable why they had to change Greg Heffley and Roderick and all that other stuff. They, I think Tom Everett Scott and Alicia Silverstone, I think, were the saving grace of this film, of this movie. They definitely were trying with what they were given, wasn't really much. Some of the other actors were trying, like Jason Drucker and Charlie Wright were kind of trying. I could see that didn't really have much to work with, but they just weren't Zachary Gordon and Devin Bostick. And I thought the dynamic between Zach and Devin were great. They actually felt like brothers. But Charlie Wright and Jason Drucker didn't really feel that kind of bond that the other two had. So that's kind of like a big downgrade in this movie. Uh, I like the other people that played Manny. The other little boys that played Manny. They looked like Manny. They played Manny well. This movie decided to have some long-haired motherfucker to play Manny, and really, he, I forgot what the kids' names were in the first movies, but they were a lot better as Manny. They had the hair, they had the look. This was just a chubby toddler playing Manny. Two chubby toddlers playing Manny, and it, in my opinion, they didn't fit the role at all. They definitely did not fit the description of Manny from the books at all. They weren't even adorable. Like the kids that played Manny in the first movie were adorable. These kids were just, they weren't adorable at all. No offense to them, but they just weren't. So yeah, Greg Heffley, well, Susan Heffley, the mother, wants to go on a road trip across the country to go to their grandmother's uh, house for her 90th birthday, and so many things happen. They go to an amusement park. They go to a Comic Con. Greg changes the GPS to have them go to a Comic Con that's way out of the way and gets grounded for it, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And pretty much the same kind of shenanigans they get into in the first three movies and books. But this movie relied a little bit too much on a juvenile humor. And like I said in the first video, the books had almost zero to none or very little juvenile humor. I don't think there's much juvenile humor I could think of in the books. This movie has vomit jokes, it has pee jokes, it has poop jokes, it has everything. I mean, the books didn't really have that kind of humor. They sure had stuff that kids would laugh at a very young age, but they the last time I've read majority of the books multiple times. They did not have juvenile humor like that in the books. They didn't have people vomiting on. They didn't have Roderick vomiting onto a fat guy on a roller coaster. They didn't even have a roller coaster in the long haul in the first place that I remember. I know it's been a while since I've read the book, but I definitely would have remembered Roderick puking on a guy, because that in a book would stick out like a sore thumb to me, because I am like a hawk when it comes to those kinds of things. That I don't like that kind of humor. And that kind of humor is literally littered into this movie, like sprinkled. It's like, all right, we're going to have a vomit scene here. Greg Heffley's going to be peeing into a cup, which they pretty much ripped off the scene from Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber did it better, but they ripped off the scene from Dumb and Dumber. Or they're on a road trip and he's peeing into a bottle, and he's like, oh, the bottle's getting full, give me another bottle, so he gets another bottle. Pretty much the same scenario in Dumb and Dumber. They did reenact the scene with Psycho. So yeah, very stupid scene. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff they tried, but they just didn't work well. Um, I don't get what David Bowers' uh, fascination with juvenile humor in a kids movie, or even Thor Federal, whatever the fuck his name is, from who directed the first movie, and not Thor, Percy Jackson, the second movie, the second Percy Jackson movie, Sea of Monsters, um, but I want the series to be rebooted, and I want it to be animated, follow the books well, don't have any juvenile humor or whatever in it. This is one of the worst movies of the year right now. Is it? I think it's almost as bad as the Emoji Movie, but at least this movie had some things that worked in it, not a lot. Um, the movie's pretty forgettable. It's a very cliched movie. It goes for all the easy jokes. So I'm gonna give, like I said, I'm gonna give that Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul, 0 stars out of 5.